Our daily lives are cluttered with a relentless stream of digital friction and ideological conflict. Navigating these differences has become a primary source of exhaustion. The common advice for this fatigue is simple. Either quiet your own convictions to blend into the group, or block and cut off anyone who triggers your stress. Choosing to cut people off provides a temporary relief, but it fails to settle the underlying nervous system. The anxiety simply waits for the next relationship to trigger it again. Human beings operate as integrated parts of a vast emotional network, making the idea of a psychological vacuum a biological impossibility. Psychiatrist Murray Bowen developed a framework to explain this, Bowen Family Systems Theory. It views the family not as a collection of people, but as a single emotional unit, governed by the herd-like instincts found in social species. In a system, stress is a shared resource. Unresolved tension in one person does not stay localized. It moves through the network, degrading the physical health of everyone connected to it. The inability to maintain a clear identity within these groups is the hidden engine driving individual chronic disease and the breakdown of larger social structures. Bowen called the solution differentiation of self. It is the measurable capacity to balance your intellect with your emotions, allowing you to hold an I position, a clear set of principles, while staying emotionally close to those who disagree with you. This research highlights the differentiation of self-inventory, tracking how individuals manage stress. It measures emotional reactivity and the ability to take an I position. Lower scores default to fusion, abandoning beliefs to please the group, or cutoff, withdrawing to survive pressure. High differentiation provides the structural support for an identity, preventing the self from collapsing under the intense pressure of group conformity. In poorly differentiated people, the pressure to conform triggers the brain-heart-kidney axis, the bidirectional pathway where chronic stress signals cause physical damage. These signals assault the cardiovascular and renal systems. Sustained activation of this circuit creates allostatic load, the cumulative physiological wear and tear on the body caused by repeated stress responses, leading to chronic inflammation and accelerated cellular aging. This is formalized as Bowen's law, calculating stress absorption based on the differentiation gap, the difference between current self-regulation and a theoretical maximum. As this gap grows, the biological cost increases exponentially, converting weak emotional boundaries into physical symptoms. Systemic stress is never truly destroyed. If an individual cannot process it internally, the network must redistribute it to other members. The network handles this through triangulation. A two-person system under stress recruits a third person to absorb the excess tension. This allows anxious parents to inadvertently cause physical illness in a child, turning them into the system's anxiety sponge. A network with low differentiation functions like a contagion vector, forcing its most vulnerable members to physically carry the unresolved tension of the group. Scaling this to millions of people reveals the societal emotional process. When global anxiety rises, whole populations lose their capacity for individual thought and begin to function as a single reactive mass. In this state of regression, society abandons rational principles for tribalism, black and white thinking, and the pursuit of short-term anxiety relief. Modern algorithmic echo chambers accelerate this, they rewarding fusion and making it effortless to cut off anyone who challenges the group's shared narrative. Because the collective is focused entirely on soothing its shared panic, the society loses the flexibility required to solve its most complex long-term problems. Reversing this decay requires a deliberate increase in individual differentiation. This capacity cannot be built by retreating into a safe space or a private vacuum. It is only forged by remaining present and active inside a stressful, diverse network. One person who refuses to absorb the room's panic acts as a circuit breaker for the system. By staying connected while holding a distinct position, they stop the transmission of anxiety and force the network to stabilize. Choosing to remain in the room while maintaining a clear self-definition halts the cycle of stress absorption, protecting the physiological health of both the individual and the entire network.